Narcissists don't really care much about individualism. That's not really the focus, and it doesn't matter, because think about it, to really focus on your individual self requires you to tap into your emotional well-being, understand who you are on a deeper level than just a surface level. Like you could say, okay, you could be somebody that's from Boston, you could be somebody that's a Spanish person. Let's say somebody's Puerto Rican and they're from Boston and they have a college degree. A narcissist is gonna really, take that serious. Like that's kind of their identity. It's like, well, this is what we do in Puerto Rico. I'm from Boston. This is what we do. And I have a college degree and that's what I do, right? But nowhere in that description did I explain how that person feels, their personality type, if they're funny, if they're laid back, all of those things I didn't mention, and that really plays a part in who you are. Me naming what state you're from and your nationality is just that's just a label. It's not really going into depth in terms of who you are individually. And narcissists love an environment where we don't have to deep dive into them individually, because that's where they start feeling a sense of emptiness. And what you'll begin to realize is that the more individual identity that you have, it makes you more of a threat to a narcissist, because for them, they're looking at it like, all of that doesn't matter. Your job is to come here and do whatever we want you to do. It's very much, what you'll find is a lot of the time, they're some of the best when it comes to work performance, because for them, it's not really a focus on their individual needs. It's just doing what you got to do in order to get the recognition that you need. And it just boils down to that. So what you begin to realize is we have a society of people that are raised to not nurture, and they're raised with parents that don't nurture that individual self identity. And a lot of kids don't know how to activate that, how to tap into that. And it's very important that as parents and as a society, we help them nurture that and help them tap into that. But what you'll find is a lot of people, if they're not shown how to tap into the depth of their personality, their feelings, that's where you really build emotional intelligence. Asking yourself, why do I feel this way? If those needs are being negated or neglected because, you have a parent that's so self-focused, they're not able to give you the attention that you need on a deeper level. What you do is you end up breeding a child that never cultivates those aspects of themselves, and they almost become like a walking shell that really bases its identity off of what looks good, what makes them come off as cool, and then they end up, attaining these things in order to build identity. And then when they find themselves still empty, that's where it can become very toxic and very negative. So a lot of you run into people that have the coolest personalities on the front end, right? A lot of the time narcissists can have great characters that they portray, that have everything figured out. They got everything, they know the right words to say. They have all of these amazing stories that are grandiose about how great and awesome they are. But you feel like, man, you're telling me all these stories, but I feel like I still don't really know you, right? What you'll find is that pain or emotional vulnerability really gives you an opportunity to tap into somebody's, in a deeper level, and really allows you to really get a better sense of someone and feel more connection. But with narcissists, those wounds are avoided because they make the character look bad, right? So they're cutting off those emotional experiences because to them, that's what feels weak to them. And what feels powerful to them is the character that they created.